life is just a mentality and a work hard. If you work hard, put your mind to it, and you got God first in your life, you can do whatever. I told all of them, I'm gonna do this 1-2 head kick combo, and I'm gonna knock them out in the first 10 seconds. I told them all of them, and I got back. Everybody was in there like crazy. The whole time. If you go on Sports Illustrated, they have an article about me, and it says second fastest knockout in MMA.
Come in here, it looks professional. Tune into the content.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Discussions. Our special guest today is none other than Cody Anderson. Appreciate him for being here. This is actually a bigger episode for us, guys, because he is one of our youngest people that we've interviewed, so it's pretty cool that we're getting to get somebody on the come up, which a lot of the people we brought on are on the come up, but he's a lot younger than everybody else. So Cody, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. Tell everybody where you're from and how old you are and what you're trying to pursue for your career right now.
Yeah, my name is Cody Anderson. I was born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm just trying to live the dream, trying to just hard work every day, you know what I'm saying? That's
how it comes down to hard work.
All day, every day.
So tell us, how long have you been fighting, or what got you into wanting to fight?
Oh, so like when I was 5, I had ADHD, so I was like a bad little kid, you know what I'm saying? So my parents were like, I want to get him into Taekwondo, because like that was like a good thing. So like I was doing Taekwondo since I was 5, 6. I was like 5, and I switched to new gym when I was 6, and they were really good. And I would do state tournaments, winning state championships, going out to Florida and doing all these world tournaments and stuff. And that's what really built my root for MMA, because like I just like fighting, and I watched some Conor McGregor. I was like, man, I want to do that.
Yeah, I would say that like when we first seen you, me and Roger, I think the main thing we said was you resembled Conor McGregor, and that might and I feel like that really just came off because of the, I guess you could say, the confidence you walked around with. You just, even before the fight, you could just see you had the confidence. You were ready to go. The other guy was kind of like a little timid. He was ready, but he wasn't. He was just in there. And I seen him. I was like, man, this guy, if he can, have that kind of confidence, he can go far. And then we're talking 7 seconds. Y'all probably didn't see it, but this, because I think this was on the prelims of Fury 95, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So on the prelims of Fury 95, he had a 7-second KO. And I'm talking about when we seen the KO, because we were there, we were front row, we were sitting right behind Eric. And when we seen it, we were like, ain't no way this happened this fast. Because I would literally tell it. So I was talking to Roger like this, and when I looked back, they were like, oh, and I was like, wait, 7 seconds already? The fight's already over? That was crazy. That was quick. So before the fight, were you already kind of thinking of the combinations at the beginning, or is it all just in the moment?
No, it was not in the moment at all. Because my coach, like I said, he was a professional MMA fighter, professional kickboxer, and so Samuel, he had about 30 fights before me, and he won them all, but he posted all of them. So my coach was just, he did a lot of studying, and the first day I came back, he's like, I want to work on this combo, and he's like, your head kick, he's like, with this, we'll knock him out. And I was like, let's work this combo, And then so I worked that combo. We probably did it for like 3-5-minute rounds, or 5 3-minute rounds every time. We would just keep going back at it. Same combination. He's like, open up with this. And I was like, shoot, I opened up with it, and it worked.
It worked. That was fast, too. So whenever, that was your first like real professional fight, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's even then, are you still considered in the amateurs? Or when you be considered going pro?
I don't know. That's something with Eric that we got to talk with Eric. But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually looking it up a little bit, and they were saying, as the fighter, you want to try not to do so much of the, I guess, political work. You'd rather have your coach or the people you're working with deal with that, so that they can help you, work your way up, because you are the fighter, and they're kind of just helping you along the way. Mm-hmm. So, what along the way? I know you said you did Taekwondo, right?
Yes, sir.
What would be the difference between that and then maybe doing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or anything else, like karate, maybe?
Karate, Jiu-Jitsu, karate's more like kicks and like in the air type stuff, and then like sparring, and it's more like a discipline, more of a thing. And then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's all ground stuff, but I really like them both. I haven't done Taekwondo since like COVID, I don't think.
Oh, okay, about 4 years maybe.
Yes, so yeah, but I really like Jiu-Jitsu too, though.
Okay, so when did you start realizing you maybe needed to add a ground game in, or what do you think is more important, a ground game or a top at the top fighting and sparring?
Shoot, I think you need about all of it, especially because now, man, like scrolling on your TikTok, just all these D1 wrestlers. Oh, I'm gonna win NCAA national champion, and then after that, I'm going UFC. I'm like, I don't like when people. I like wrestling. Wrestling, cool takedowns, like. Mm-hmm. But like, I want to see some strikes. Like striking, it's fighting, and then you take them down. That's cool. But when you're coming in there, double leg, sit down, and decision. I hate that. I hate that.
And that is that because that's mainly on the ground. I like wrestling too. I
love wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I love it, but I just don't like when someone. Like in MMA, that's their goal, to only wrestle and to just lay down on you to like go to decision.
Almost like a one-trick pony, where it's like, I'm really good at the ground, so I'm only going to take you to the ground. And when we go up, I'm somehow take you back to the ground.
And it just lay on top of you, and you can't. Yeah.
which is good and bad, because in that sense, they're like, okay, I'm getting the win I need. But at the same time, they're not challenging themselves to want to push themselves to the next level, because every fight that you're taking, you should try to take something from it. So if you're only just benefiting yourself and saying, hey, I'm really good at the ground, I'm going to take him to the ground, I just want to win that way. Now you're not challenging yourself, pushing yourself to the next level to try to get to the UFC. So with you being so young, when do you predict in your mind mentally you can make it to the UFC?
UFC, I think, like when I'm probably 19. That's what I really think that I can do it. Just get my senior year over with, and I'm gonna get a job at Discount Tire after wrestling season. And I was like, I'll do weights in the morning, because Discount Tire, they were talking about paying $1 a week. I was like, shoot. That's good. I can pay my insurance, pay my parents, gas. I was like, for a year, I can just lift in the morning and then work and then practice all night long. I was like, I feel like if I did that for about a year, I would make it to UFC. That's like the
main thing. So for you, what are you really good at, and what do you think you need to like work on to take it to the next level?
My striking is the best thing. I'm really good at striking. My wrestling's pretty good. It's pretty good. My jiu-jitsu's okay, but what I need to work on is my jiu-jitsu for sure.
Okay, so whenever you're thinking about, trying to take it to the next level, who are you talking to your coaches about? What do we need to maybe work on next? Who do we need to maybe go to, as in other trainers? I know your coach is your coach, but like you can still go to different gyms to just learn more information.
My gym that I'm training at now, I've only been training there for about probably a year now, and they're strictly jiu-jitsu, and they're like professional jiu-jitsu guys. They're really good. And when I go there, like I never really did the kids classes. I came up to the adults, and I was just getting destroyed. But my MMA coach, he's actually doing this stuff where we're going to do cross training with James Vick and doing all this other stuff. We're going to go around cross training, trying to build a big MMA team. And I'm going to be like the main guy. Mm-hmm. But like we're trying to make a big MMA team. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, that, because having a big MMA team, a lot of people to spar with, then getting a lot more extra reps.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. That's a kind of funny scenario, because when we were there, I believe there was a group there. I guess a team that was training. There was, I think, 5 fighters. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Robert?
it was
Yeah,
Aztec.
it was Aztec.
Okay, yeah, Aztec. So they had 5 fighters that
Yeah.
fought that night. So is that kind of like the realm that y'all are trying to get into, where y'all have like 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
that's-
8 guys going to the same event?
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying
pretty
to
crazy.
do.
Because
And
now
they're-
it's like,
I'm trying to cross train with them because they were in all of them were in my corner. So I was talking to them before the fight and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, whenever you gonna come in?" But yeah, I was watching their Instagram, and those guys go hard at sparring. That's what I like. I like hard sparring.
yeah, I think that I can't remember that guy that was towards the end. I think his name kind of sounded.
You talking about Pena?
Yeah. Maybe it was him that looked like he was from Germany or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's Pena.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. You talking about no, because the guy that he was fighting. Who are you referring to? The one that had the flying knee kick.
No, not that guy. It was actually I think it was the flying knee kick. He had like some German name or Russian name. It sounded like Mazbagov.
That guy. He's forgot what Palestine. He's from Palestine. He's from
because he was for sure with Aztec.
Yeah, he was with Aztec.
Oh,
cheering
okay,
him on. They were cheering him
You're
on.
talking about Pena then.
Yeah, he was that guy. He was real good. So
Yeah,
man,
he's good,
I
yeah.
could just tell. And he reminded me of you too with the confidence and everything. Because
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, you got this." And he pointed at him. He was like, and he just like gave him a wink and everything. He's like, "I got this."
No, but you
And I
know
was
what's
like,
funny about Pena though, right? Like, halfway through his fight, he was on the ground, and it was just like, damn it, this dude's gonna lose too. Like, fuck. Like the dude's holding him on the ground, and then like everybody, because we're sitting with Aztec, right? So the whole time we were sitting there, everybody was just cheering him on and shit, just yelling. And it's crazy, bro. You ever hear like the power of friendship and shit? Bro, like I swear, like it brought that dude to his feet, bro, to get him in a position to win. That shit was fucking crazy, dude. I looked back and I was like, no fucking way. This actually fucking happened.
Yeah,
I was like, we cheered this dude on to victory. Like, what the fuck?
It was so good. And the way he won was real good too. I like the idea of like you said right there, having a whole team come, because now it's not just like you and your family. It's like, bam, there's like 20 of us all supporting you.
Yeah.
And you can just feel it. I know you guys feed off the energy of the crowd.
Yeah.
And if the crowd's not there, it's like you kind of hype your own self up. So wait, I don't remember seeing, but did you? I know you walked out, but did you have your own like intro song, or did they even give you that option?
Yeah, we did. It was a Kanye West song. It was one of his Christian songs.
Which one was that one?
I don't remember the. I think it's like Follow God or something.
Okay.
I don't know the exact name because there's a lot of them. So yeah, I don't remember.
I think the best part of it though was at the end when he was like, "Hey,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see my abs." He was like, "You can see my abs. This
Yeah.
looks good."
Yeah.
That was real funny. Is there any fighters in the UFC or maybe even in the amateurs coming up that you kind of like model your game after, or that you kind of look up to a little bit?
Not exactly look up to, but like I like Conor McGregor. Like Conor McGregor, because like I don't like to put myself like when I don't really have a role model except for like God, but
Yeah.
like I don't have a role model because like when I see someone like people are like, oh, I want to be like Conor McGregor, I want to be like John Jones. I'm like, I ain't trying to be like that. I want to be better than
Better
them.
than you.
I want to be way better than them. I'm trying to be me, You know what I'm saying? But
So, my bad. I'm sorry to cut you off. Have
Oh,
you
you good.
worked with anybody else that has worked their way up throughout the amateurs, maybe sparring or training with them or anything like that?
Not really, but I've worked with a lot of professional jiu-jitsu guys. I mean, I've Victor, he's a DFW UFC fighter. I've trained with him in the morning sometimes. I'm going to train with him more. I'm actually he texted me a while ago. He has a UFC fight coming up and he's like, "Hey, you trying to get some rounds in the morning?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "So I don't got football practice and it's like out in Keller." I was like, "I can see around like if y'all can get some work in like 5, 6, 7, 8, I'll do that." Cause my school starts at like 9. So I was like, I'll come up, and I was like, I'm gonna work with him. So, and James Vick, he's a UFC fighter, and I know Kevin Holland's gym. I've been invited a few times to train with Kevin Holland.
Yeah, he was there at the Fury
he was
95 as well.
He's
So-
actually my favorite fighter.
Yeah, where's his gym at?
He has a few that he trains at, but he has his own warehouse that he just there's like a cage and stuff in there, but he trains at Looters and a few other gyms around the DFW.
Oh, so is he still fighting?
Yeah, he's still fighting.
Okay. I just maybe because I haven't seen him recently, but I did see him there at the fight, and one of my guys had talked to him and everything. He was like, "Yeah, I had a podcast. I'm never doing it again. It's a lot of work for me to do this, and that." He was like, "Yeah, so I wouldn't want to do it." So that it's kind of funny. You bring up Kevin Hart. That's funny. So what do you think is the most challenging part about the whole process of trying to make it to the UFC? Is it the training? Is it the recovery? Or what do you think is the most challenging?
For me, it was just my back, and the few months I was out really like took down my cardio, and about probably the recovery because my back, but like I don't like to make excuses, and I try to like take that outside. I try to like cut everything out. Like when I'm like training, like I take everything out, and
just focus straight on training, and you just try to like narrow in on what you got right in front of you. All right, that's good. So has there been a moment for you so far? I know maybe this first fight might be that moment, but you could tell me otherwise. Has there been a moment for you so far where you were just like, damn, all right, I'm on the right track of where I need to go? Like, was it just a really good hard sparring match and you're like, this guy's really good and I competed with him really well, like, okay, this gives me more confidence, I could take it to the next level? Or where was that for you?
Probably I do a lot of like slap boxes and like fights at my school. Like we like play around. We'll just start fighting, and that got me like I was just like I'm pretty good at this because I would do taekwondo and stuff, and I would spar, and I was doing that since I was 5, so I was sparring a lot, and I was always pretty good, but I was always short and like really short and small. And in taekwondo, there's no weight classes and it's just age. And for my age, especially when I was young, before like middle school, I was like freaking that tall, and everybody else was up here. So I was never really good. And then when I started growing, getting into middle school, I was still really short, but I was getting my way up there, and I was getting my weight on because I used to be like freaking 40 pounds. And then, but then I started like fighting, and then confidence. It was just, I don't know. It just like appeared out of nowhere. And then I was just like, I got that fighting mentality now, and I just love fighting now. I don't remember what it came from, but ever since then, I love fighting. Like even my football, it's just my mentality changed. Like, I don't know. It's just like everything changed about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in football, what position did you play or do you play?
Yeah, I'm starting varsity outside linebacker. It's weird. It's weird. You see how like I'm 145 pounds playing outside linebacker, but I'm the best defensive player on the team.
I was gonna say I could tell you play defense just because of how aggressive you are, and that's what they want to see on the opposite end of the offensive line is somebody aggressive. Somebody when you say it like that, it kind of makes sense why somebody Michael Parsons, who isn't as wide or as tall, he's just so strong, is why he is who he is and how good he is. So that actually makes sense when you say it like that. I could see you were on the defensive end.
Yeah, because I used to play safety, and I had 100 solo tackles my sophomore year. And my coach is like, "You're kind of slow," and they're like, "I don't know if you'll be able to keep up," because we play Alito and Denton Ryan and all these top 5A schools. Yeah, so like he's like, "You won't be able to catch up to them." So it's like he put me at outside linebacker, but I ended up getting fast, especially last year because that's when my mentality changed, and my just like how like I hit the hole and just run full speed, and I try to hit as hard as I can whoever's in front of me.
That's kind of almost how football is a little bit. It's just like hit whoever in front of you, you about to get hit.
Yeah, you're like,
All right, so I know sometimes it's good to have a plan B and sometimes it's not. So for you, do you have a plan B or what's your plan A?
I don't really say I have a plan B because literally my mind is MMA. Like that's all it is. But like if I do have a plan B. But it's kind of just like thrown out there. Like I'll go to the Marines or like wrestle and fight in the Marines, and I'll fight in the Marines. That's everything it is fighting. Like my plan A is UFC, and then Marines, and then after that, my third plan C is making my own gym and train my own people.
That's
and
cool.
fighting. So everything it
actually
is
cool.
fighting.
Giving back to the community at that
Yes,
point,
sir.
because you having your own gym and trying to bring other people in, whether getting them out of the wrong environments and stuff, that's real good. Just trying to give back in that way. I could see the Marines being something as well. Have you thought about if a UFC didn't work out that you would maybe want to switch to boxing?
Yeah, I actually really like boxing, kickboxing. I was like, I like to do like kickboxing matches and do like boxing matches because like I'm good at boxing and kickboxing. That's my main thing. And I was like, if my ground game will never like improve, I'm like, shoot, I'll go to kickboxing. I just, but my main thing is MMA because I don't really like big gloves. I want to like knock somebody out, elbow
Yeah.
somebody, knee them in the face. You know,
It feels a lot better.
Feels a lot better.
Doing
Yeah.
extra stuff and just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So who has been the biggest or most famous person that you've met thus far?
Most famous. Probably Tracy Cortez.
Oh yeah,
Tracy
She
Cortez.
was there. At
Yeah, she was.
She was sitting right in front of us too. 'Cause
Yeah.
she was sitting, I think, right next to Eric or right behind Eric too. That's funny.
Yeah, I
she
probably
was
met some
sitting there.
famous people in the past, but I don't remember since past yesterday. So like, I try to like think, but
So who would you want to meet, famous wise, as you go throughout your career?
I'll meet Conor McGregor or Joe Rogan
Hey,
or
yeah.
Trump. Actually, Trump. I want to meet Trump too.
That'd be crazy. Hey, meeting Joe Rogan and Conor McGregor would be crazy
That would
because
be
they're
crazy.
in the
Yeah.
same atmosphere. Or even if Joe Rogan brought you on to his podcast,
That would be freaking crazy.
insane. The Joe Rogan experience. Hey, shout out to Joe Rogan. That would be crazy. And he's in Texas as well.
He is.
Yeah, he's in Texas in what is it, Austin, right? Is he
I
in
think
Austin?
so.
Yeah, he's down there in Austin. So has any brands like reached out to you maybe to like sponsor you or anything like that?
There's been like a few like low ones, but like they're all like trying to get me to like I have to pay and like buy stuff, and then they're gonna do all this extra, and I was just like, well, I don't got no much money right now. I'm a little young. I can't really just go buying stuff for y'all to sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? But my coach said like since after this fight, after football season, literally my life is gonna be MMA. That's literally what's gonna be after football season. I'm gonna do some wrestling, but like it's not gonna be my main focus. Is gonna be MMA. And he had a lot of sponsors, and he's said after football season he's gonna get me a lot of sponsors and do all of that. So he's basically gonna help me get me
Like,
sponsors
work
and
your way up
stuff.
and stuff like that. Okay, so when did you? At what age did you realize that this could be a career for you?
Career probably when I was before COVID, I was trying to like do professional taekwondo, and I was like, this is gonna be a career because like I was really good, but I didn't really like practicing because like I didn't like punching the air and doing all this other stuff because I was like, it's cool to do it, and like I was really good, but I never really liked it, but I liked hitting other people. And then so about my sophomore year, so my coming into junior year, that's when my mentality changed, and I was going practicing, and like I was getting good just because my mentality, because like I had the same skill, but like I like got like way good just because of a mentality boost, and I was like shoot, I like ever since then I was like I know I'll make it to UFC. I know it because like I'm a really hard worker. I don't want to like brag or anything, but like all my life has been hard work. Like since I was a little kid, football, I was seventh grade B team, 6th string running back, and then next year B team backup, and then freshman year B team starter, and then my next year JV backup, and then I worked my way up, starting the 100 solo tackles. I was on JV my junior year for the scrimmage, and then I had a lot of tackles. My coach was like, dang, because they doubted me. But then I was like, my hard work. And then at the end of the year, I was starting on defense my junior year, and we had like freaking 10 senior linebackers in front of me.
Oh yeah.
And then now I'm starting. But yeah, my hard work, that's what I'm like, my main thing is my hard work and my mentality, because I never been so skilled. I was never born with the skill.
Yeah. Okay.
I always had to work my way up and work hard.
Yeah, because
So,
see,
yeah.
that was gonna be my next question. How would you compare skill to hard work?
Yeah, skill will last you just a little bit. Like I've seen a lot, my football team, so much skill, and they just
Lazy.
They're lazy. They don't work out like me. I remember I was skinnier. They would all make fun of me. Now I'm one of the best players, and I never really had skill. I don't have skill in football. I can barely catch, but I can hit the hardest and I run the hardest. I don't run the fastest, but I run the hardest. And I'm telling you, everything. Life is just a mentality and a work hard. If you work hard, put your mind to it, and you got God first in your life, you can do whatever you want. This is your thing.
I like that because honestly, I don't see too many people wanting to put God first, and like I would say, there's just a good handful of people just in general in the sports world where they really put their faith first and everything like that. And I like that too because after the fight, you were like, thank God for everything, like all praise God, and that's real good. I really like that too because like I said, not too many people are, putting their faith over reality and stuff like that, which is that's real good. So for you to have this at such a young age and that mindset is like real good because you can see that there's going to be a good growth period.
Yeah.
So where would you say, because you said you want to go pro at 19, so let's just call it another 2 years, let's say.
Yeah.
So let's give it 5 years. Where would you see yourself being in 5 years?
5 years, easily be ranked, easily. I want to fight like in the UFC. I'm gonna try to be the youngest champion. I want to beat John Jones' record. That's what I want to do.
What record is that? Like youngest champion, but what age was that for him?
I don't remember, but I'll look it up. Cause I want to beat it. I'm gonna try to get 4 belts. I'm gonna try to go from featherweight or flyweight all the way to lightweight. I want to get all the belts.
All the way to lightweight.
All the way.
Crazy.
Cause I walk around at like 155.
What is lightweight? Is that like 180 plus?
155.
Oh, lightweight's one.
Yeah, flyweight's 125. Then you got bantamweight 135, featherweight 145, and then 155. I'm fighting at 145 right now. And after football season, I was actually gonna go to 135. And then when I go to UFC, I was gonna go 125. And then I was just gonna work my way up. I'm trying to get belt.
Then when you say it like that, it reminds me of like Manny Pacquiao a little bit. Because Manny Pacquiao, I think he was at like the lowest. He was at like 115, 170, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. All those weight classes. That's actually crazy because I think, what was it? Conor was the first one to have double champion 2 different weight classes. Who has there been anybody to have 3?
No one ever had 3. That's what they were talking about Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira keeps fighting at light heavyweight. He won't go to. I think he should go to heavyweight. I really think he could beat Tom Aspinall. Or if he takes him to the ground, Tom Aspinall would. Is it
John Jones is heavyweight too, right?
Yeah, John Jones is the champion right now, but he keeps getting hurt.
Things keep coming up. Man, if John Jones, if he could just stay on the straight and narrow, everybody would know. I would still say he's probably the greatest of all time when it comes to.
Yeah, I say UFC. I say the same. Because that resume is really good, and he's fought the best of the best, and if you look below him, I think Mighty Mouse lost a lot.
Yeah,
but like MMA, it's a hard one. Like my thing. I don't know how it would have ended up if I didn't kick him.
Yeah,
I could have lost.
Yeah,
I could have lost.
Yeah, who knows? Nobody really knows. But at that point, 7 seconds in, you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, like one little thing can. Oh my bad. One little thing can. Like one punch get in. Like Kamaru Usman, I thought Kamaru Usman was gonna be the best welterweight. I think he's the best welterweight of all time.
Yeah.
But that he worked him 5 rounds and then the last 2 minutes head kick lost.
And that's crazy that it even happened that way because you would have never thought like they said, it's almost straight out of a movie where it's like this guy is literally about to win. And on the last kick, last couple seconds, whatever it is, he knocks him out. And it's just like, yo, you would have never seen it coming. That's almost the same thing with what happened with Izzy and Pereira.
Yeah, that.
Because Izzy had it. Izzy had it all the way to the end, and then he lost it. And it was just like, man, you were right there.
And then the second fight, when Izzy won, it was the other way around too. Pereira was working him, and then boom, that hook just freaking dropped him, and then that hammer fist.
I know for Izzy, he probably wouldn't want to fight him again. I think it's the same thing for Alex, but I would want to see it one more time.
I want to see one more time.
Just settle it. Yeah, I did. I know Pereira has had his card all the way up until they got to the UFC, and even then, took the belt from him. But I was always a big fan of Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy was always Izzy used to be my favorite fighter until I started getting that Conor McGregor thing. And then I met Kevin. And then when I started learning about Kevin Holland, I was like, man, that guy's cool, man.
Yeah,
I was
Kevin
like, that
Holland's
guy
real
cool.
cool. I like the commercial he did with, I can't remember his name, but the commercial he did when they were like fighting in the commercial, and he was like, you want to get a drink after this?
Yeah. I
And
saw
then
that.
they were like both had a drink to their head and whatnot. I forgot what his name was. Dang, I forgot his name. It wasn't Darren Till. It was somebody else. I can't even think of it. But that was a
That was a
good
funny one,
commercial.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see. Actually, I would say, looking at it now, I would say maybe a hybrid a little bit to me of like Sean O'Malley. And
I want to
and
fight
Conor
him.
McGregor.
I like Sean O'Malley, but because like look, I wear pink all that.
Pink,
I was
the
like,
flashy colors.
yeah, I was like, I want to fight him. I told Saul, I was like, man, because Sean O'Malley's young. I was like, shoot, I'm gonna beat him someday. I'm like being so for real. I want to fight him.
Yeah, I think he's only like 26 or something like that. He's still pretty young.
I know I won't beat him now, but when I get in the UFC, I want there to be like a Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo type thing. You know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That would be insane at the beginning too. And the only thing that I would say he has over you is the height.
Oh,
and then just the experience up to this
5'11".
point. Yeah, he's a little bit tall. Wait, how tall are you?
5'8", 5'7".
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then. So have you met any of the do you personally know some of the other fighters that were at like Fury 95 or any of these other like UFC fighters?
I actually didn't. On my face, I didn't know I had them on Facebook, but I ain't gonna lie. I follow like if I see like they look good on MMA, I'm like friend request,
Yeah.
you know. But like I didn't know, I didn't really know them. But when I was in the like green room, I was talking to a lot of them. And they're like asking how old I was, and it was funny because I was like I told all of them I'm gonna do this 1-2 head kick combo, and I'm gonna knock them out in the first 10 seconds. I told them all of them, and I got back. Everybody was in there like.
Crazy,
the whole time.
he literally told us right before we went out there what he was gonna do,
Yeah.
and then he comes back in 7 seconds and he's already knocked out. Man, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This was for me. I felt bad a little bit after the fight do you ever feel bad about that? Like when you do, like when you knock somebody out or you?
I didn't feel bad about knocking them out, but I felt bad for dancing on them.
Yeah,
I felt bad for dancing on them. That's what I did.
But I mean, that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it entertainment. Is doing the extra
it was just
stuff
that
like that.
adrenaline dump was freaking crazy. I couldn't talk. I was trying to talk about God. I was like, I couldn't process.
Your mind's racing.
was-
You're like, damn, I'm in front of everybody right now. I gotta say
'cause
something.
I kind of pulled the kick just a little bit because when I threw it, I was like, dang, this is not gonna hit. So when I had it like right here, I just let it fling out. I was like, dang. And then I hit him, and then he drops. I was like,
It worked.
so I come in with the hammer fist. I just start wailing on him, man.
The hammer fist is crazy because whenever I see somebody do that, I'm just like, man, that's gonna do damage. Doing the hammer fist is damage. So, all right, if you could pick, besides the head kick, if you could pick a way that you would like to win a fight or end a fight, how would you like to end it?
End it.
Whether it's like a submission, another head kick.
I want to do a freaking flying knee like Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah,
That's what I want to do. I
bro,
want to
that
sit
would be-
there on a cage, stand up, just flying knee. Boom. I want to get a 4-second knockout. Because I actually looked, if you go on Sports Illustrated, they have an article about me, and it says second fastest knockout in MMA history. And I'm like,
Jeez.
if I'm at second place, why don't I not go for first?
Yeah, go for first.
So I was like, I'll try to get first now. I want to open
That-
up with a flying sidekick or something. I want to
That
knock
would
him
be
out.
crazy. I would feel like that'd be kind of hard to do. And even then, I feel like Masvidal's was almost like it was like a once in a lifetime thing. Like for his head to just go straight down, and then Masvidal actually is like, let me kick him at this very moment. It's like, it just worked out perfectly, dude. He was just knocked out cold after that too.
Yeah, then he ended up with the punches too at the end.
And
He was
then
just
like you said, with the extra antics where he's looking down at him and everything gets on the ground and he's slapping on the thing, that's what makes it more exciting and real entertaining. I think for me, if I was ever to be in the MMA and I was to fight, I think the main knockout I would try to do would be like that what is it? Max Holloway versus Gaethje.
Oh,
that was a really great one because
That
now
was
it's
good.
like we're already at the end. We're both standing up, and he's like, "Meet me in the middle. Come on, let's meet in the middle. Let's just go at it."
That's
And
literally what
that
I was planning on. If I was in the third round, I was like, and it was the end. I was literally planning on like, hey, bro, come on, because like, I don't like winning by decision. That's kind of I don't like that. I want either you get knocked out or I get knocked out, and I don't like that. Like I'm not gonna tap unless I'm gonna break my arm. I like if if someone's choking me, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, you either get choked out or I get choked out.
One of us is going to sleep.
Yeah, one of us is going to sleep.
One of us is going to sleep. I like that too, because now without the decision, there's more of a clear cut of who won.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the decision, it's like, man, that wasn't the gratification I needed to give me like, oh, I beat this guy. It was kind of just like, I lasted.
Yeah.
And you want to have that gratification, like, yo, I literally won this fight. I knocked him out or tapped him out or whatever the case is.
Yeah, that's what I like. I'm like, when I fight, I'm like I don't want to be like, who won? You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to know that I won, and I want to beat the guy.
Yeah. So if you were gonna be preparing for a upcoming fight, let's say you have a fight. We're already in August. Let's say you have a fight in December. How far out would you start preparing for that fight, and how does that look?
I would be training like every day, but like I'll do a training camp for sure. Cause like my training camp, we were doing 20 to almost 30 rounds of sparring.
Sheesh.
Back to back.
So was that like 2 hours, 3 hours, or just straight sparring?
Yeah, that was about 2 hours, and then one day, cause like I said, my back was hurting, and then my coach was like, "All right, we're gonna do wrestling," and gets all these freaking amazing wrestlers against me. I'm like, "Dang, coach, I'm dying.
I'm dead right now.
I'm dying right now." And but yeah, I will do. If it's in December, I'll train a lot. I'll do a lot of morning and after school stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll always be training. I'm never gonna like stop, because I know there's actually some fighters, they don't even train. They like Patty. He doesn't. He just does whatever he wants. Yeah. And in 6 weeks, like Floyd Mayweather says the same thing. He's like, I just do whatever I want. And then when I get a call and they say 6 weeks, then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna always train, because I just love MMA. Like I've already missed it, and I haven't done it for not even a week.
Yeah,
I've been like, man, I miss it, man.
You already want to get back in there?
Yeah, it's like a part of me is not there, because like, I just like fighting. Like that's my favorite thing is fighting.
It's That's funny. Have you thought about maybe if one of those didn't work out, maybe going to like bare knuckle fighting?
Yeah, I want to do bare knuckle fighting. Well, that was actually my plan. I was like, after UFC, I'm like, shoot, when I retire, I'm all these new guys, young guys coming up. I'm gonna be like 40 something, and they're all better than me. I'm gonna bare knuckle fighting. I'm gonna just start wailing on everybody else in bare knuckle fighting.
All right. So if you had ever, well, you haven't got to that point yet, but if you ever take a loss, how do you think you would bounce back mentally and physically to not make it happen again?
To not make it happen again, I don't know. The loss to me, I think that'd just be a lot of motivation for me, like just like a loss, you know. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know what I'll do to bounce back, but I would definitely like be probably more confident than I am now, trying to in the gym, just mad, just wailing on people. But I don't do that. I don't like to wail on someone. I'll wail on the bag, but like I'm not gonna go out and beat up a sparring partner. But I'm gonna be probably in my feelings, bipolar or something, man.
Taking that on them a little bit, depending on what it is. So, Roger, you got one?
I'm good, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm good too. Wait, let me say that. All right, cool. So when do you think? I know money for sure is not that big of a deal for you right now, because you want to just like still train and everything like that. When do you think that? Wait, real quick. Did y'all get paid for that? The Fury 95 fight?
No.
So the amateurs or the prelims don't, or nobody really does? Or how does that work?
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
Okay, so basically that was like a free fight, but free.
I feel like they get paid. They get paid in the exposure, in a sense.
Yeah, like free, almost like
where they're just like, okay, we're just gonna put you on our platform and just be like, you know, all right, cool. What I mean, you know, you can tell somebody, oh yeah, I was on Fury, and then people in the community are gonna like look at that and just be like, oh shit, for real, cool, that's what's up. Instead of just saying, oh, I just went to a little small camp that we did or whatever.
Yeah,
like I think it just comes with the notoriety. All right, since, you know, we're about 40 minutes in, there's a lot to unpack on my end, dude. Like, for example, like, you mentioned your back injury and whatnot. So, you know, first off, I want to touch on is a lot of people who get hurt at a young age always look back at the career they wanted to have and said, oh, I would have had it, you know, if it wasn't for this injury. Do you feel like you're in a position where you're thinking about that right now?
No, not right now. Not at all. When when I was hurt, I was like, man, this career's over. And I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be depressed my whole life. But then I was like, no, God did this for a reason, because I got extra motivated after. Like when I came back, man, I was always motivated, and I was always had that motivation. But coming back from that, my mentality's even higher. I'm like, because the little things, man, like God like put that like in my life, like the back injury. It's like every little thing, like something can happen just like that, but every little thing is like, worth. Because I always just like take practice for granted. Like I was like, oh, but then when I didn't have it, I was just like, I can't do this. So like when I go to practice every time, I'm making sure I get every single little rep in. I'm making sure I'm practicing the hardest, because I don't know when the next time I might break something and I don't get to fight again. Or not fight again, but like fight for a little bit, That's, yeah.
No, but also too, I mean, I think, just hearing you talk about, you liking striking so much, do you think that also has something to play with, your back being injured? Because you don't want to go to the ground just because you've had those prior injuries before. So do you think you overcompensate in a sense with your striking game, to protect your back? Because, if you go on the ground, they take your back, and then, bro, you like, dude, you're done, dude. Like, because, I mean, yeah, you can work your ground game so much, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, they can re-hurt your back. And, bro, like, I mean, breaking an arm, cool. Breaking a leg, cool. Those heal. But if you break your back, dude, and you break was it something in your back, dude? Like, for example, like your spinal cord or something, dude? That's it, dog.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. So,
that's like the main thing
yeah,
that you need is your back.
No, seriously, because, I mean, you can walk around with, like, a fractured leg or whatever, but you're in the back, bro, that's it. You're in a wheelchair, dog. Yeah.
Bro, even sitting down would be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
with your back.
Because when I had my fractured back, man, it was really uncomfortable. It was like, because I didn't know it was fractured. I went to my trainer, and she was like, my football trainer, she's like, she's like, your muscles aren't even pulled or anything. You're just being a little baby. I was like, dang. I was like, normally pain don't really hurt me. So I was like, I guess I'm being a baby. So I went from February, I was fighting and doing all that. And man, like I could barely bend over. I was like, I couldn't sleep at all. Cause like when I laid down, stomach, back, like on my back, it just hurt. I could barely slept, and it was hard.
So I want to touch on your relationship with God. Where did that start? Who instilled those properties in your life?
My family, because I was born and raised into a church, but like a lot of people that were born and raised into the church, like they're like God is just like they're a little like, oh, when times are hard, and then I was like that for till probably this summer. Actually, it just changed me, because I wasn't fighting. I was like, nobody knows, but I was like deeply like depressed, like, and I was just like, I was getting mad at God, and I was all like that. And I went to church camp, and then that actually helped me. And I was just realizing, I'm like, I've always just been playing like God is like, hey, like I have a bad day, I'm gonna go talk to him. But when times are good, oh yeah, times are good, yeah. But like I was never like side by side with him. I always just used him. And then that's when I got happy again, because I was like, I put God like the main thing in my life, and I got all the way closer, and I put him in like in front of everything. And that's when the depression all went away. Everything went away. Everything. I was like, dang. But yeah, it really got close.
I like the fact that you mentioned it that way, because nowadays everybody likes to, mention God when they're talking about this or that or their achievements. But, like the real power of, spirituality comes when you're down. Kind of like the whole story with Job, like he was still praising God when Satan was over here giving him plagues and whatnot, killing his family, his crops, all that. So, I mean, I think that's something very important that everybody needs to just hold on to. Especially like, in this ascent that you're doing in so early in your life, like you're going to be tempted with like so many different temptations, women, maybe your friends are like, oh, come on, let's go hang out and whatnot. Yeah. But also too, it also depends on who you surround yourself with. And I feel like as long as you keep 5 people that are above you in a sense of where you want to be at, then you have no problem getting there. Because I know we talked about, having a whole team of sparring partners and whatnot, which reminds me because when Joe went to Iridium, he said he was like, man, dude, the first day I got here, I got my ass beat so many times, dude. But I mean, look at him. Look at Ugly Man Joe. I mean, he was able to actually make it into the
Yeah.
UFC and at 288. I mean, he had a win or two and a couple of losses, but he got to where he wanted to go, essentially
Yeah.
speaking. So, I mean, if anything, remember the things that you say now, and in the future when you're in a position and it's like, I'm struggling with this and this and that, just look back and just tell yourself, what would a 19-year-old me, what would 17-year-old me have said to 20-something-year-old me?
Just
Hey man, keep fighting. You
Yes,
got
sir.
this. You didn't give up. You didn't go through this. You didn't go through that to get to here. No, you got to keep fighting. I could see him telling himself
Yeah.
that. How was that recovery process for you dealing with the back injury and everything? Like, were you going to therapy or how was that going?
Yeah,
for you?
I was doing physical therapy, but I didn't do exactly nothing for like 10. Was it 10 weeks? I think so. 6 and then 4 weeks after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah,
So, yeah, you said you
So
found out
10
in
weeks.
May, right? So you found out in May that you were like hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a little upset about at your trainers? Like, man, how did y'all not notice this?
Yeah, I was really upset because that was my whole summer. Didn't do crap because I couldn't because I like mowed for money.
Yeah,
And I would make a lot of money
that's
mowing.
a good side job.
And,
Good side job.
and I couldn't do that. I couldn't train. I couldn't do football practice. I would sit down at football practice, watch everybody have fun. I couldn't go out, do whatever they want. I couldn't go out, do 7-on-7. I couldn't go out and fight. I couldn't. It was.
So what were some of the things they were doing to rehab your back?
They were doing stretches for a little bit, and then we started doing like exercises. Like she would have me doing a lot of ab exercises and core work, and I think she said I forgot hip flexors.
Yeah, that's another main one I would see. Yeah,
Because she says I use a lot. She's like, you're using your back too much, and not your abs and your hip flexors. You're using your back, and that's all the just repetitive damage.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I like how you touched on saying keeping these other fighters better than you, Roger, because that's like a main thing that you would need to do if you want to get better. That's what thing Joe told us was like, if I knew if I wanted to take myself to the next level, I would need to fight guys that are better than me so I could take myself to the next level. So right now, is that something you're kind of looking to do? Like I know you said you wanted to like build that team. Do you already kind of have the team? You just needed like 3 or 4 other guys, or how are y'all trying to do it?
Yeah, our jiu-jitsu team is big, but our striking team isn't too big right now. We've actually got a lot of people in the last few months. Like when I got out, there's like 4 or 5 new people, but we're trying to go out and cross train with other like gyms, other like really good fighters, and we're trying to do a lot of stuff like that. It's coming up soon when I come back.
So do you how does it go about you finding the next fight? Because you just fought back in Fury 95. So when does it come the time for the next fight?
Eric's already offered me a fight already, but it's October 6th. And that's during football season, but it is on a Sunday. So it's like I don't want to miss church or anything, but it's just like I'm gonna talk about my family, see what I can do, and see when I can actually have time to go to the gym and train. Cause football practice normally was in the morning, but then they moved it after school, and that's when I practice MMA is after school. So like, I'm gonna train tomorrow and probably the weekends and stuff. And I'm going to see with my coach if we could do like early morning stuff. But like as of now, if things go the same way, I probably won't be fighting until end of probably November or December.
Have you thought about maybe sacrificing football a little bit to
have
take that fight?
I have. MMA is over football. Like football's like right here. MMA is up here, but football though, like I said, like my mom was always telling me, you have 1 year left of football. You have your whole life of MMA. And football, like it's the experience because Texas football, man, like
Texas football,
it's like a big deal. You got all the crowd, everyone, the bands playing. That was I always loved that because like if I was trash at football and I was just a backup, I'd say nah, I'll do MMA. But like just experience like playing under the lights and everybody cheering and close games and this is a good experience. So I'm gonna, cause my senior year, I want to do this last year of football.
Yeah, true.
So is the next fight that Eric offered you, is that here? Or
It's in
do you have to go to Houston?
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. Did he tell you what it was for? Like Fury, whatever?
Yes, Fury.
Oh, it is. Oh, is that the one? I think I do remember seeing that one coming up. Fury. I don't know the name of that one, Fury, whether it's 96, 97, but I think I do remember seeing that one was going to be in Houston.
Yeah.
So you'd have to travel down there. But see, have you? That's what I was going to ask. So do they give y'all like compensation for that, or you just got to find your way out there?
I don't know what compensation means.
Compensation. So they would basically like if it cost you, $1,000 to get out there, they would recompensate you the $1,000 or anything like that.
I don't know. I think you just drive up there. But when you were talking about the paying thing, I actually remember the pros get paid off the tickets they pay. Or they sell. That's how they get paid.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I know this is off topic, but I just popped out my head. I was like, oh,
that's good information. No, now I know that. So you're saying if a fighter was selling a lot of the tickets for people to come, they would make a small commission off of that?
I actually sold a lot of tickets. Like I sold 15 tickets, just the paper tickets, and I probably sold 10 or more online.
Oh, okay. Like for the fight, for your fight.
Like people that wanted to come and stuff.
Wait, when it comes to the tickets, what was the difference in the tickets? Like I know they had general admission, and the tickets we had were like one of the tables. So did you also get those tickets for the tables?
He gave me 15 general admission tickets.
Okay. Oh, who Eric did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He mailed it to me.
Okay, that's good. Okay, because we've been wanting to go to more of the. Actually, the event we went to with you and seen you there, that was our first ever like UFC type of event, MMA, anything. So it was a real good experience. So like we've been wanting to go to more of those. Now we know we got to talk to Eric. Shout out to Eric. We talked to him before we met him there, but we're trying to like link in with him. That actually is good information for us moving forward, knowing what we need to do and everything like that. But before we wrap this up, Roger, you got any extra last questions?
Not really. I'm good. I think we said everything that needed to be said.
Basis right before you get it going. So, all right, real quick before we end it off, I know he said you talked about Eric offered you a fight in October, and it's on a Sunday. Was there any other fights after that he was maybe talking about bringing you to? If
he hasn't said anything yet, but I know he wants me to fight. Mm-hmm. I know that. He just threw one out there to see if I was interested because it was a guy in my weight class. He didn't have anyone to fight. I felt bad for saying I don't know yet, and I want to fight, but I just don't think I can, But I felt bad, but I would love to fight, and he wants me to fight, so like this is good, and so yeah.
All right, sounds good. So hopefully, we're going to get to see him fight early 2025. Hopefully. Man, if everything works right and the cards work right, who knows? We could be seeing him fight October 6th, which is crazy because that's actually my son's birthday, October 6th.
Oh, shoot, that is cool.
That's super lit that you even said that. So maybe it is going to happen. Something tells me something will pop up and you'll just be like, all right, man. Game got canceled from Friday or whatever it is. Let's go. We're on our way to Houston to go fight. That would be insane. So I want to appreciate you so much for taking time out of your weekend, everything to come over here and training. Shout out to Dad for showing up as well. Shout out to everybody for watching. If you have not already, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you at the next episode of Direct Discussions. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much for